Good morning, good morning, good morning, or good afternoon if you are in the East Coast, right? How's it going, everyone? Happy Monday, first and foremost. How's everyone doing this on this Monday? Blow up the chat, bro. I need some energy, 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 energy. How's everyone doing this morning or this afternoon? Simon says, awesome. Andy says, let's grow. Let's grow, let's go. Awesome, awesome. Well, guys, I want to welcome everyone to our Gap Mastermind. If you don't know who I am, I go by the name of Gino Morales, one of your amazing partners here in the Global Alliance. And we come to you every Monday morning or Monday afternoon, right? Depending on what side or what region you're in, right? But we come to you every Monday to bring you nothing but fire, energy. Everything that surrounds our Gap Mastermind is focused on growth, action, and production. So we are excited to have another amazing Gap Mastermind here for you guys, and we have a super powerful, a really, really, really impactful individual as our special guest for today. But before we go into the men of the hour, right? I want to just let you guys know, remind you guys that every Monday, okay, every Monday. 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central Time, and 12 p.m. Eastern, we go live. So make sure that you guys are inviting your agents, your team leaders. If you don't see your team members on this call, send them this invite. Tell them to log in right now, guys. This is going to be impactful, guys. This is going to be huge. And so just a reminder, every Monday we go live on our Gap Mastermind. And just wanted to let you guys know also, that we have, I don't know if he has, is anyone here going to the Build at Sea event that's happening, the cruise? Is anyone, blow up the chat if you guys are planning to attend the Build at Sea. Let me see. We need some people here. I know, Jenny, are you going to Build at Sea? I see Jenny here in the building. How's it going, Jenny? Rebecca's in the building. We're all attending the Build at Sea. So, guys, if you have not done so yet, go to buildatsea24.com. Register for your tickets, guys. It's going to be a huge event. We have amazing coaches. We have Coach Michael Berg, Gogo, Beth Key is going to be on the cruise as well. It's going to be impactful. If you want change in your business, you need to surround yourself with individuals who are doing it at a high level, right? So, with that being said, we are going to kind of let's get started. I'm super pumped up. I have my iPad here. I'm taking notes. I'm going to be all in. So I invite everyone to take out your notes, your notepad, your iPhone, whatever you're doing to take notes, because our guest speaker today is going to bring nothing but fire. A little bit about this amazing. I call him my brother Cubano from Miami. He's one of our fellow EXP Latino ambassadors as well. We have our amazing Andy Rosas as our special guest today. And guys, if you don't know who Andy Rosas is, like, this guy is the creator. He is a master when it comes to habits, right? Top performing habits. So I'm just going to read a little bit about Andy here, if you guys don't know. But Andy's a co-founder of Habit Guys, which is a leading habit program in pretty much for the real estate professional, focusing on habit formation, productivity, goal achievement to ensure sustained success. He's also the creator of Real Impact. He's an expert in habit science. Guys, we all know that in this industry, habits is what allows us to continue to stay consistently growing in our business. Allows us to continue to stay focused, laser focused on the end goal in our business. So without further ado, guys, I want to welcome and blow up the chat, guys. Blow up the chat. Bring some energy for our man here, Andy Rosas. Andy, ¿cómo estamos?
I'm doing awesome, man. Gino, I love you, bro. Love the energy, man. I just wish I had the hair. That's about it, man. Awesome, man. Thank you so much for that love. And I'm super honored to be here today. Super honored, man. So do I just kick it off and go right into it? What do you think, Gino? Just go ahead, take it over.
All right. Rock and roll.
Awesome. So I'm super glad you guys are here. So in this class, we're going to talk about habits, and pretty much habits is life. Okay. So if you're struggling with going to the gym, working out, eating right, prospecting enough, This can be a spiritual practice you're not doing enough. This could be anything in life, guys. Habits is wrapped around that. So I'm going to teach you guys today why you guys say you're going to do something, but you don't do it, right? Because we've all been there. Yeah, Andy, I know I got a prospect. Yeah, man, I know I got to go to the gym and work out. Yeah, man, I know I got to spend time with God. Man, you hear it all the time. Like, it doesn't matter what it is in life. It's all about aligning your habits with your goals, aligning your habits with your vision, right? So we're going to talk about that today. And in fact, let me share my screen if I'm able to. Yeah, I'm able to. Perfect. All right, let me know if you guys can just see my screen, just so I can go over. You guys can see that there, right? You see it? Habit, guys? Awesome.
Yeah,
See a lot of
yes, sir,
familiar
yes, sir.
faces. I think, Roel, I think I met you before, right? I think I have met him. I don't know in person and stuff. I see
I'm
some
not sure if
names
you
here.
have.
I don't know, man. You guys look familiar to me. I love it. You guys got a lot of great pictures here too, man. I love it. I love it. But let's go right into the major problem. So first of all, I'll tell you guys how to stay in touch with me after with Instagram and all that stuff. But first, let's get into the major problem happening in real estate. And you guys have heard all the news happening, all these changes happening. So we're gonna get a big failure rate. A lot of agents are going to leave the business now more than ever. It's just going to happen, and it happens organically. It doesn't matter what the cause is. So this summer, obviously, with all the changes, we're going to see a big influx of that. NAR already says that agents don't prospect enough. The failure rate in our business is 87%. And what NAR is saying is agents don't call. Agents don't connect with people. Think about it. We get paid to talk to people, and that's the one thing we don't do. Like, really? Like, that's the one thing you're supposed to do as a real estate agent is prospect, talk to people. And we don't do it. That's what agents don't do. So what's getting in the way is thousands of conversations. So I'm going to talk about why agents don't do that, right? Why is it so hard for agents to prospect? And it's the same problem as to why agents don't go to the gym or work out or eat right. It's a behavior problem. So we know what the problem is. Agents don't prospect enough. But the problem, so you know where it came from, is real estate agents leave their job, okay? They start off with a job. They start their own business, okay? Okay, let me see this here. Will that be better? Like that? Gino, is that better? Okay, perfect. So, actually, let me move the screen actually a little bit to the left now. How's this? Is that better? Like that? Is that good? Okay, perfect. So the problem is agents' habits follow them. So you guys were all once employees. All of us were. So was I over 15 years. And then what happens is agents become entrepreneurs. They get licensed. They join an awesome brokerage, right? You have an amazing team here. And then your habits follow you, though. And that's the problem. Your habits follow you from 5 years ago, from 10 years ago. You want that money. You want that beautiful body. You want all these things, but your habits follow you, okay? Now, really quick about who I am. I'm a former procrastinator. Trust me. If anyone knows how to procrastinate, it's me. I fight it daily. That's why I love to do what I do, because I'm like, trust me, I'll be the first one to put off the gym. That's why I have trainers. That's why I have coaches, because I know what I can and cannot do. I understand what I'm limited to do, right? I want a control of my life. I played college football at FAU, Go Owls. I was a kicker there. And I quickly learned early on I wanted to own my own business because my dad couldn't go to all my football games. Great. And then in 2006, I used to work for companies like Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Robert Kiyosaki from Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's just a little bit about who I am. And in 2007, I got into real estate and I found a gap. My partner and I found a huge gap in real estate. What's that gap? Well, there's 4 elements to be successful in real estate. And you can take a picture of this. For you to be successful in real estate, you need to have the right strategy. You need the right productivity, right? You need to be able to maximize your day. You need the right coaching or accountability, because you can't do it on your own. Because if you could, you would have done it already, right? And also you need to understand behavioral science. You need to understand how your brain works and why you say you're going to do something, but you don't. Why do you procrastinate? Why do you say you're going to clean the house, but you end up doing Netflix instead, right? Why do you do that? Where does that come from? So real estate had a big gap. Real estate, there's a lot of coaching programs out there. Everyone teaches strategy, right? There's a ton of strategy. There's a lot of way to get leads, great, all these different, technologies and great. And there's a lot of productivity, hacks, coaches, whatever you want to call it. But no one was focusing on habits. No one focused on behavioral science as to the brain portion of this. So that's where my company came from. Over 10 years ago, my business partner, Michael Manrique, there he is. We created this program that brought behavioral science into real estate. Okay, so we're partners with RedX. I teach at Gold Coast, which is one of the largest schools in real estate. We have a best-selling book. If you want to Amazon it, go to Habit House, look it up, and you can download your copy. Great. But that's just a little bit about who we are. We brought behavioral science into real estate because no one was teaching it. So for us to understand change, I want you guys to just understand this is why you don't go to the gym. This is why you don't eat right, because we don't understand how change works. So write this down. There's 3 levels of change, okay? The outside part of change is called outcome change. So outcome change is when you say to yourself, I want to go to the gym. I'm going to sign up for LA Fitness. I'm going to do CrossFit. I'm going to do the, whatever dieting you're going to do, whatever, it's what I want to do, right? Losing weight, I want to make more money, whatever it is. Okay. The second thing is the process. The process is you sign up for a gym membership, you join a new brokerage, you get the tools to get the things that you want. And then the third level of change is called identity change. That center level of change is where your belief system lives. It's where your self-image lives. So you guys know that little voice in your head that says, man, I hate prospecting, or I hate the morning, or this sucks, or this is awesome, or I can do this, or I can't afford that. That little internal dialogue, that's called your belief system. That's what you believe you can or cannot do. So to sum it up, outcomes is what you get, process is what you do, and identity is what you believe about yourself that you can or cannot do it. Okay, so you need to understand this as to why change does or doesn't happen for you. So let's focus on this part here, the direction of change, meaning a lot of real estate agents, a lot of humans focus on outcome change and they don't focus on identity change. And that's why a lot of us struggle with weight loss. We struggle with eating, keeping a routine, doing what we're going to say we're going to do. Because this is usually how people go about making change. People say, Andy, I want a new relationship. I want to lose weight. I want a big house, nice car, vacations, money. I want all these nice things. And then people say, well, I'm going to join a new brokerage, or I'm going to get a new CRM, a new marketing campaign. And then that's usually how people go about making change. And that's how social media works. That's how magazines work. Everyone always shows you the cover and shows you their abs, right? But no one shows you what it took to get those abs, right? To build that business. So we live in a very results-oriented mindset. So please write this down here, because this is going to be the main point. Because behind everything you do in life, okay, you do it because you believe it or you don't believe it. Everything you do in life right now, whether you like it or not, the things that you're doing that you should be doing and that you shouldn't be doing, you're doing it because you on a belief level system, you believe or you don't believe in something. That's what's causing you to do what you're supposed to be doing or not supposed to be doing right now. So if you're not posting enough on social media, if you're not prospecting enough, if you're not productive enough, if you're not following up enough, it's simply because the identity you have now and the identity you actually need to do those activities, there's a huge gap in identity, in belief system, okay? So where does your identity come from? Well, it comes from one of the major drivers in this world, which is money. Money has a strong identity. And what do I mean by this? Well, when you guys graduate high school or college, let me know in the chat section. Where do the majority of people start their careers after high school? Do people get a job or do people start their own business? Where do the majority of people start their careers? Chitra, thank you. Employee. Violeta. Roel. Angélica. Exacto. Empezamos con un trabajo. Everyone starts with a job. You work 5 years, 10 years. Tell me, by the way, right? And there's always that one person that started, working, as an entrepreneur. That's going to happen, right? But how many years have you guys been working for somebody else? Let me ask you that question. How many years? For me, it was about 15 years. How many years do you guys have a job for somebody else? Denzel, right? 15 years. Some people say 20, some people say 5, right? 16 years. Alejandro, 6. Gino, 10. Angelica, right? 5 years. So think about that. So you become a realtor, an entrepreneur, but you have a background of being an employee for 15 years, 8 years, right? And what happens is you start to create an identity as an employee. Think about this. As an employee, you have an employee identity, a mindset of an employee. What does an employee believe in? An employee believes in a consistent paycheck, right? They get paid every 2 weeks. They don't work an hour more or an hour less. They work 9 to 5, yeah, right? They don't work holidays. They don't work extra. They take an hour off. That's it. They're in and they're out. And they don't care if they have a good week or a bad week. An employee doesn't care because every 2 weeks they get paid, right? They don't care too much about the highs and lows of an employee. And also, as an employee, you're trained to do something and then getting something. Think about that. You send an email as an employee. Guess what? People write you back. It's crazy. As an employee, when you call everybody, people pick up the phone and they call you back. It's the craziest thing. People don't ghost you when you're an employee. They don't. They just reschedule. They say, hey, can we move our meeting, please? It's a whole different world. People talk to you. It's different. As an entrepreneur, though, it's a whole different world. Okay? So as an entrepreneur, you have financial freedom. You can work as much as you want. You can work 2 hours a day, right? You can work 1 hour a day. You can work 20 hours a day. Like this week, I'm off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because I'm going to play golf with my company. We're going to play at Aventura, at Turnberry. I haven't played there before. I'm so excited to play there. Gosh, okay, that golf course was great. So I'm going to have a 4-day work week this week. That sounds great. But then there's days I work 7 days a week, right? You can work 2 days a week. It all depends on you. Awesome. And it's a different mindset that you have. And also, as an entrepreneur, work does not always lead to a result, right? You can do something as an entrepreneur and not get paid for it. And by the way, as a realtor, does this happen to us where you show someone a property for 6 months or a year and then you don't get paid for it because they changed their mind? Has that happened to anybody here today? Where you worked with a client for 3 months or for 6 months and then the interest rates changed? Right? They bought a car, their credit changed, right? It's like, what the heck, right? You wanted to just rip them into pieces. But guess what? That happens. Or they buy with somebody else, right? Absolutely. It's happened to all of us. Now, if you have an employee belief system, an employee identity, that's going to break your heart, right? You're going to be so sad about it. But if you have an entrepreneur belief system, you're going to be like, that sucks. But you're going to be like, whatever. You're on to the next one because you got a pipeline. You know it's a numbers game. This is what you do, all right? So it's a different identity. So when an employee decides to leave the employee world and become an entrepreneur, here's the thing. A lot of agents bring their identity with them. That's the problem. A lot of realtors right now are running with an employee mindset, an employee identity, and that's why 90% of agents quit the business. And when things get hard, a lot of them just quit the business. They blame the government. They blame interest rates. They blame the economy. They blame the president. Has nothing to do with that. Has to do with their identity, okay? Because we told these agents, hey, You have to call people. I don't care if you have warm leads, cold leads, talk to people to make $100,000. That's what you got to do. And Tom here on the right had a bunch of excuses. I'll do it later. I don't know what to do. I'm uncomfortable. I don't need help. So check this out, guys. Look at what Tom does. All right. So Tom is at home. Look how important this is because this could be happening to you. Tom is at home. And I gave him the scripts. I gave him morning routines. I gave him all these scripts that we have, the morning routine. By the way, I'm going to give everyone at the end access to get free scripts, our free morning routine, our evening routines, afternoon routines to help you control your day. I'm going to give everyone here today the same thing. But check this out. Look what Tom's doing. Tom's at home. He has everything ready to go. He's got his scripts memorized. He has his Red X, his dialer ready, his leads to call. But right before he's about to make his calls, he feels uncomfortable. And so he says, you know what? Wait a minute. I can't make these calls. Let me listen to some Rocky music first to get motivated. Or let me listen to some merengue. I don't know what Gino listens to. You probably listen to some Spanish music for sure, right? Some bachata for sure, like, right? Right before he's about to make his calls, he's like, man, I need some motivation. Or we go and we download some Tony Robbins videos to get excited and jump on trampolines. And we're like, yeah, let's go. Let me get fired up first. And then he's like, all right, cool. So Tom's now ready to make his calls. So Tom is like, all right, good. I'm ready to make my calls now. But then before he's about to make his calls again, he's like, wait a minute, man. I know I have to make my calls, but look at my desk. It's messy. I can't prospect with a messy desk. So he's like, you know what? Let me organize my desk real quick, right? Let me go ahead and clean the bathroom. Let me go paint the house real quick. Let me go cut the grass. Let me go do something else real quick before I make these calls. All right? Then I'll make these calls. All right, cool. All right, I know I got to make these calls, Andy, but wait a minute. Necesito un poco de cafecito. There you go. Let me get mi cafecito, mi café cubano. Let me go ahead. Let me go to Dunkin' Donuts, La Carreta, Sedanos, wherever you go, Starbucks, wherever you go for your coffee or your office kitchen, and then you're talking for 20 minutes. And then, boom, you got your cafecito, your Red Bull, whatever you got, your Monster drink, your caffeine. Now you're fired up. Now you're like, yes, now I can make my calls. Let's go. But then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, man. I think I have to go to the bathroom first. I think I do. Not sure. Let me go pee. Let me go try to pee. I don't know. Wait a minute. You know what? Let me go look at the MLS real quick. First of all, let me go look at my market to see what the median house price is of this homes, what the inventory levels are. Let me know if it's interest rates set in China, just in case somebody were to ask me whatever's going on. I need to know everything just in case somebody asks me a question about that. I need to know so you guys see what's going on here, right? that Agent Tom starts to do everything in his business besides prospect, right? And some agents watch Netflix instead of prospect. Some of you know more about Netflix shows than you do about your database. Some of you know, here's another one. Some of you are busy closing your 2 deals or your 4 deals, and that's all you do all day with your 4 people. And then you have nothing behind those 4 people. And then you're wondering why your business goes up and down. Oh, no, Andy, I'm busy, bro. I got my 2 deals, bro, that I'm working on, man. I'm like, dude, if you're doing this all day with 4 deals, how can you handle 14 deals? Like, what are you doing? Are you responding to every message? You're that, like, what's going on? That's not scalable. Or, Andy, I'm going to hire VAs to prospect for me. That's what I'm going to do. Like, really, dude? So you're really going to hire someone to do what you don't know how to do? How do you know if the VA is speaking the right way to them? How do you follow up with that person? How do you actually hold that VA accountable? Do you know how to coach a VA on how to not be too friendly or too salesy on the phone? So before you can hire a VA, guys, you have to know how to do it successfully first. Does that make sense? You always got to make sure you know how to do it to a degree, and then you can scale it out, okay? Because if not, you're not going to be able to hold that person accountable. So prospecting is the most critical part of our business, and we know this, yet we put it off and we procrastinate. But the problem is this. It has nothing to do with our willpower and motivation. It just has to do with our identity, our belief system. What was holding Tom back was his employee identity. He was always used to doing something and getting something. He wasn't used to doing something and not getting paid for 3 months or 8 months, right? He wasn't used to doing activities without being held accountable, right? So it has to do all with identity. And by the way, so you guys know already, you know this. It doesn't matter. Like tools alone don't work, meaning you can have an amazing website. You can have amazing leads, ads, marketing campaigns. Some of you can know a lot about real estate, right? And it doesn't matter. If you don't have the right habits, none of this matters. You'll just have a lot of gym equipment and you'll never go to the gym. Because you need to have the right habits of using these amazing tools. That's how you're going to be successful, okay? And prospecting is the most critical part of our business. But the thing is this, you have to change your identity first, right? Your identity of an employee has to be changed to one of a top producer. That's the key to make this change. Now, this is a game changer. This changes everything. Is to first change your identity. And for those of you asking or thinking, how do I change my identity? Write this down. Habits change your identity. Habits change your belief systems. Habits change your mindset, okay? And by definition, all right, a habit is something you do so often you don't even think about it, okay? And there's 4 parts to creating the habit. And it's really quick. You need data, desire, response, reward. 4 parts to make a behavior a habit, okay? Data, desire, response, reward. Data is your phone goes off. Desire is, I wonder who it is. Response is your phone's always close by, right? Reward is, oh, look, it's my client who called me, right? So this is science, and marketing companies use this science against us, meaning that's why we're so addicted to our phone. Guys, it happens all the time. Trust me, I deleted Instagram and Facebook off my phone in this season right now because I was noticing myself getting addicted to the phone much more than normal. And so you have to understand behavior-wise what's happening. So marketing companies use this science to get us to pay attention to their products. So Mike and I, my business partner, said, well, why not use this science to help us actually take the right action? So that's what we do. We make agents prospect with the same addiction of checking Instagram. That's it. And that's exactly what you got to do. So if you want to change your behavior, you want to change what you're doing day to day, you want to go to the gym more, you want to eat better. It's not about willpower. It's not about motivation. Stop looking for that dopamine high. Like, oh my gosh, I got to just do it. I just got to do it. No, you don't. You just have to change your habits. It's what you got to do. Flat out. That's what you got to do. So guys, I'm going to open it up to some Q&A. And, if you guys have any questions on prospecting, on habits, on system, whatever it is, I'll open it up. But in a nutshell, that's why we don't go to the gym. That's why we're addicted to the phone. All of us are. That's why I had to do an audit myself. I had to take things off my phone because I realized, man, I'm doing certain things that are taking me away from family, that are taking me away from being engaged. I'm more distracted than normal. So guys, remember, this is a constant thing. We say this at church, you never arrive and become this person. You are always working on yourself, right? But the more aware you are of your behavior being influenced by outside factors, you need to be aware of that so you can create the right environment for success.
Absolutely.
Andy,
Andy, it looks like there's a question here. It says, how do I create a great systems? That's their bottleneck right now that they're having for Angelica.
So systems meaning in what sense though? Is she struggling with a morning routine? Does she find herself reacting throughout the day?
Let's have some fun with it too. Angelica, if you want to unmute yourself and ask your question live, let's dive deeper on that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think live is much better.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, thank you so much. I think it's a great I think it's a great. I
Angelica,
mean, yes. Hi, how are you?
awesome.
So yeah, my problem has always been no clients, no prospecting. Maybe I have some time for call back or call my clients and everything, but it's like organization for my clients. I think I have here and there, and one client comes, and sometimes you kind of keep jumping. But organization for getting the client and have a kind of good system. So that's what's always trying to kind of get ahead with that, but I still am a little bit, I'm trying, struggling, but that's for me. And I was looking for a coach for like 4 years ago, didn't went well, so kind of stopped that. But that's the thing I think I need helping. How can I organize that?
No problem. Are you a full-time agent, Angelica, or part-time?
Yes, full time.
Full-time. Are the mornings open for you?
No, I
Are you
mostly
open in
don't
the
work mornings. No, I
Why
start
not? Why not?
morning. I mean, that's for myself, my private. I do my exercise and everything. So the time is good, but organization skills I need. Like, okay, I have these people calling. Where do I put? What system I use? Do I use Excel sheet? Do I use or something to follow up? What do I use to kind of have that, organize all my database and everything, and then my assistant can call them back, or I can do follow up. So my organization thing is
Oh, there you go.
a little bit
I'm
there.
back. Okay. Did I freeze or you freeze? 'Cause I felt. Can you guys hear me now or no?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes,
Okay, Angelica. So in the morning, what time do you prospect, or do you want to prospect
I
in
just
the
start
morning?
I'm around 1 p.m. My call backs and everything to sometimes like 6, 7. So that's no my problem. I have clients. That's not my problem. My
Okay.
problem is organizing them.
Okay. So do you have? So you said you have an Excel sheet. Do you have a CRM at all or no?
What, the KV core?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you have a
I
KB
don't
core?
use, I joined EXP because I saw that you guys have that. So I just start working a little bit on that. So you think that's
Oh.
the best tool that I can use for the for the
Yeah.
organization?
If you're if you're not yeah, if you're not using KV Core to organize your CRM, then absolutely. That's I would say that's the answer. That's the easiest answer for it. But here's the problem with KV Core. It's so deep. Don't get so caught up in like it'll take you years to master KV Core, right? Trust me, if you take their all, but I would tell you, you just do have to learn how to upload your contacts into KV Core. You do need to start learning how to organize your pipeline and have a pipeline and understand who your cold, warm, and hot is. Because if you don't have a if you don't have a KV Core, if you don't have a CRM that can text message, that can email, that you can see people opening up your emails and all that stuff, you're going to be at a disadvantage
Okay.
And
for
I
sure.
think,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
yeah, I mean, with me, same thing, CRMs. I had to learn a lot about that. Okay, so let's see. We have another question here. Let's go back. It's how can I master the habit to prospect an hour a day?
So good. So, and that, by the way, an hour a day is a great starting point, even 30 minutes a day. If you're not prospecting right now, guys, start small, first of all. So, I would say this a big reason why people don't consistently prospect is because they don't have a consistent morning routine. Okay. You need to have a consistent way of how you wake up in the morning and get to the phone. You can't just wake up and wing it. You can't just wake up because then you'll just check your messages and then you'll start your day. You're on the phone. You're calling people back. You need a consistent morning routine from the moment you
So,
wake up to the moment you go to the moment you're supposed to pick up the phone.
so to elaborate on Alejandro's answer, hopefully that answered your question, Alejandro. Building up a routine, what would you do in the sense of that when it comes to like organizing your calendar? Would you do it the night before, 2 nights before, or even like on the weekends to generate your whole week calendar for the routine?
Well, first I'll do the day. And at the end, I'm going to give everyone this routine, but just write this down, guys. It's a 3-step morning routine. It's very simple. And you can get the details. I'll have you guys download it for free, but this is it. This is the steps. Step 1, write down everything you do in the morning from the moment you wake up to the moment you're supposed to make your first call. Audit yourself. A lot of you do a bunch of stupid things. You're not even aware about it. You don't. You're just like, oh yeah, I just wake up and then I watch the news and I'm on social media for 45 minutes. And then you're wondering why you don't prospect. Like, come on, like let's be aware. So it's okay. Just write everything down. You'll notice a lot that you do. So write down everything you do from the guys. Write down everything you do. Wash my face. Go to the bathroom. I go number 1. I go to I grab coffee. Write down everything you do. Positive, negative, neutral, doesn't matter. Everything. That's going to help you see, holy cow, I do a lot of stuff. Or, man, I'm random. I don't do. So write everything down. Step 2, grade everything you do with a positive, neutral, and negative. Grade yourself. Some of you can be trusted on social media. Some people can go in for 10 minutes and get out. And you're good. It's not a big deal. Some of my friends can have a drink, and that's fine. Other people can have a drink. Does that make sense? You know what your triggers are. You know your limitations. Some people can go out to certain places and be okay. Other people, you shouldn't be going out to certain places. It's the same thing. Some of you can be trusted with things, some of you can't. You're all grown adults, so you should know. Can I turn on the TV? Can I not? Can I turn on my laptop or go to certain websites? It's very simple. So if you cannot be trusted with it, put a negative sign next to it and go, no, this is getting in the way of me being a top producer. If it's a neutral sign, it's something like I'm brushing my teeth, going to the bathroom, that really has no value, right? It makes no sense. It's like, okay, neutral. Okay. And then put a plus sign next to everything that you're like, this is what I gotta do. This is what I gotta do. This is what's going to make me get on the phone so I can make some money and retire from this business. That's it. So step 2 is grade yourself. Grade every plus, minus, neutral. And then the third thing, you're going to remove all the negative. Echa pa allá, todo el mundo echa pa allá. Like, you're just going to get rid of all the negative stuff. Get rid of it, and then you're only going to make a list, and I would recommend a Post-it note. Just use a Post-it note and write down all the positive and neutral things on your Post-it note. And I'll tell you why I say Post-it note. But on a Post-it note, your morning routine should be there. Everything you do in the morning from the moment you wake up to your first call. Some of you, it might be a 2-hour thing. Some of you might be a 10-minute thing. Because, so you know, I don't wake up with this energy. I ramp up to this energy, guys. I'm not a morning person. I'm not excited about life when I wake up in the morning. I need to go to the gym. I need to move. So I'm not awesome Andy, motivational speaker Andy, church Andy that everyone sees on Sunday. That was like, bro, I ramp up to this. So it's a process for me. Okay. It takes me about 2 hours. Yeah. So it's okay. Don't think you have to be like, yeah, I got to wake up and it's like, no, dude, like just know what you can or cannot do. I need to move my body. I need to go outside, right? And then come back, eat protein shakes, all these things. And then I make my first call. And then I'm on the phone. Okay.
That's great. That's amazing. I mean,
yeah.
That's awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Go ahead. Sorry about that.
If you have a lot more questions, this guy is just full of value. I mean, any more questions on the chat? There's this one. Let me see here. It says, Cheat sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. It says, just don't know how people get numbers to call.
We partner up with companies like RedX, guys. Companies like RedX make phone calls to, I don't know what you guys do. I think, Rebecca, I think you guys use RedX, right? On your team? Gino, I think you guys do too.
Yeah.
Right?
RedX, Vulcan, your Sphere, your social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from a habit perspective, I'll tell you this. No te compliques tampoco pulling all these numbers from all these 13 different databases and then all these things, because guess what? You're going to spend more time finding information than actually calling people. So Invest. I think you guys get it for free, but just call your sphere and call people on Red X, FISBOs, expires, farming. I'm doing a master class next week on farming, by the way. I'm going to teach you guys how to farm and what to say on the phone to farm. So, and that's why we like this company. Like you said, Vulcan 7, Red X, we love Red X, but like Mojo, there's a ton of different companies out there that you can just invest money in that gives you the leads, the names of information, and then you just got to call, obviously, right? And then, like I said, guys, I'll give you guys the morning routine in detail. Like, just go, actually, it's habitguys.com/free. That's it. Like, download our scripts, download the routines. It explains it to you all step by step, everything. It's all there for you. It's all free. Okay? You guys can check that out.
We have one more
question. And the
question
best time to call. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And the best time to call is this. If you're a full-time agent, call in the morning. Full-time agent, call in the morning before 12. Stop being picky on times. Now, if you're already prospecting and you want to be more specific, yes, you can call in the afternoons. But from a habit perspective and a time perspective, getting it done in the morning is better because in the PM, that's when all the distractions come out. After 12 o'clock, everyone's going to start calling you, kids, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, mom, dad, clients. Everyone's calling you. Distractions are calling you, and it gets really hard, okay, to prospect after 12. So I'm telling you, knock it out by 8, 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock latest, knock out 1 hour. That's it. Don't get into the whole paralysis analysis and pulling the data, what time people pick up and what 3 o'clock and 4:30. Just stop. Just make calls and a lot of calls, by the way. I'm telling you this. You need to be making at least, okay, I would say 500 to 800 calls a week. Do that for a year, and then you can call me and complain if that doesn't work. That's it. Until you do that, don't complain about wrong numbers. Don't complain about scripts not working. Don't complain. Guys, you have to honor this profession, honor the game. Do not think this is like a 2-month thing you do, and I haven't closed the deal. This team sucks. This program sucks. This coach sucks. Dude, it's like going to the gym for a week or two and you haven't seen your abs. Get out of here, man. This is a lifestyle, guys. You want to make 6 figures in this business as an entrepreneur, and you're not honoring the game at least for a year of prospecting and calling 1,000 people a week, and you want to come to me as a grown adult and look me in the eye and say, this is not working. If that's your mindset, you got to go back to a job. You have to. You're not going to make it. Try for a year, and then you can call me. I'll give you my cell phone number. The complaint box will be open, and you can call me, and you can tell me that this doesn't work. Until then, call every day. That's it. That's what you got to do. At least a year. Because guys, some of you won't close a deal for at least 6 months or a year, and you got to work your pipeline. People got to see you consistently on social media, right? They got to constantly see you out there connecting with them and all that. And then over time, ask Rebecca, ask Gino, ask that how long it's taken them for them to build their business before they finally started seeing some 6 figures or consistent income coming in. It takes years. Okay.
Absolutely. I like that reference that you said about the gym, because being in the gym, I mean, I myself have been in the gym for about a couple of years now, and I was thrown off
Right?
big time when I was like, you know what, a month I'll be nice and big, but it's taken me years and I'm still not to where I want to be. So that was a perfect
right?
reference, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Any more questions or anything like that?
I
Don't miss out on this opportunity. This guy is full of just great tips and knowledge.
This is huge. First of all, Andy, like I just want to say, like, I appreciate your time and all the massive value. I know I was reading the comments, and some of us, I think Eli was like, I feel attacked. Like he's talking to me, right? We all have been there, right? We've all been through this. All of us.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
All of us, man. I created this program for me first. Yeah.
There we go. I have a question that I would like to kind of ask. I know you touched on, you mentioned that behind everything that you do in life, you do it because you either believe it or you don't, right? how do you, or walk us through, how can you get, if you want to get believe it more, or like walk us through that whole journey of like how do you get someone to like that's not a non-believer in prospecting or marketing or accountability, how do you get that individual from non-believing to actually believing that they can actually get this done?
Hey, Gino, great question. It's that person needs to see wins. So it's important to start small. It's important to start small. And it needs to be easy to do. Because if you make prospecting guys too hard, it's like, Gino, if you tell someone a social media strategy and you tell them to shoot a 1 hour video or give me 10 videos, and it's like, what are you talking about? That's going to be way too hard for them. So you'll tell them, just take one picture of your cat and use this hashtag and then just post it on social media, right? Like start with one. So same thing with prospecting. Make one call, right? 2 calls, little by little, right? Also reward yourself. If you just prospect for 5 minutes, right? Man, after you're done calling for 5 minutes, listen to your favorite song, right? Drink your favorite tea, whatever it is. That reward yourself and make the. I like listening to. I don't get to listen to much trance music anymore and chill house music. So I like to listen to like when I'm prospecting some low chill house music in the background. So my brain's like, oh, cool, all right, we're vibing, okay. Gotcha. And so my brain's associating pleasure with prospecting, right? So reward yourself and start small. And then your brain starts saying, oh, wait a minute. We just made calls for the past 2 weeks. Oh, I went to the gym for 2 weeks in a row, for 3 weeks in a row. I just did push-ups. That's it. I didn't do bench press. I just did push-ups. But it's fine. It's showing up little by little. Then over time, you start slowly incrementing the volume. And then a little voice in your head starts saying, you know what? I can prospect. Okay, I've done this enough. Okay, you know what? I actually can do this. So it's little by little, is what I would say, Gino.
That's huge, and I love that because we all know small shifts move mountains, right? So I definitely think that small wins will add up to big results at the end. So that's huge,
Yeah.
Andy. I appreciate your time and for just dropping so much value, guys. Just a reminder, this recording is going to be live on the Global Alliance University. It's also live on YouTube as well. So make sure you guys, if you have team members, agents that didn't get the opportunity to hear our man Andy here bring some massive value, make sure you're sending them the invite so they can tune in next week, next Monday, right? But also the recording, guys, this is going to be a huge resource for you guys to continue to win and thrive in your business. Andy, any last comments before we wrap it up?
I would just say, guys, give yourself grace that it's not your fault that you have bad habits. First of all, okay? Don't beat yourself up, right? Your environment, guys, guys, media, the news, the restaurants, the food around us, it's all built for us to make pretty bad decisions pretty easily, right? So the key is you have to start changing the apps on your phone, the things around your desk that make it easy for you to make good decisions. This is a life lesson, okay? This applies to everything in life. If it's easy to make the right decision, you'll make it. If it's easy to make the bad decision, you'll make it, okay? So you have to start surrounding your environment. With me, the best way for me not to eat ice cream is I don't buy it. It's not in my freezer, okay? Netflix is off my phones or whatever. You have to create environments that you don't need to rely on willpower. Same thing with your kids, guys. Do it for your kids, your husband, your wife. Make prospecting easy and enjoyable and be around a group of people who are doing what you're doing. That's why, Gino, Roel, these type of meetings, is so powerful because you guys create a community of like-minded people that reinforce your values, right? And I say this at church as well. That's why it's so important to be around people that are in your value system, because the moment you start to veer off, you're going to get called out and we're going to pull you back in, whether you like it or not,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Because the enemy does a great job of pulling you in the wrong direction. So why not do a great job of being around the right people, right? That are going to bring you back in. So that's why these type of meetings, guys, keep pouring in, keep having the right conversations, right? Keep doing this, guys, whether you're on the car or the road, watching this on replay, keep attending these things because you will become the environment you're around.
I like
Good or
that.
bad?
I really, really like that because I mean, me and Gino have a dynamic here in Wisconsin because we're from Wisconsin and we're always doing social media.
Nice.
And it's been really, really collaboration over competition has been our motto for the longest. And I've collaborated with so many individuals, and it's just like you said, you know, it's just consistency and just building upon that, take away your bad habits and everything. Andy, how does everybody that's on here get a hold of you? Do you have social media pages, any website or anything that they can get a hold of you if there is no question that was or a question that was not answered?
Yeah, download, first of all, habitguys.com/free. Download your content there, and we'll be in contact with you. The morning routine and scripts. But definitely on Instagram and on Facebook, it's Habit Guys, for sure. Habit Guys, one word.
Habit Guys, awesome.
Habit Guys.
Perfect.
And then you'll look me up on Andy Rosas too. If you Google me, you'll easily find me as well. And that's it.
Awesome. Awesome. Gino, do you have any last anything to say?
No, you know what? It's I'll see everyone at the top, from the top, right? And let's continue to thrive. Let's have an amazing week. And I'll see you guys. Oh, that's pretty cool, Andy. That's really good. That's a good ending right?
I had no idea you can do that. Wow.
That's crazy.
I never knew you can do that. Did you guys know how to do that?
No,
do this. Bro, do this.
It doesn't do that. How does yours do that? That's crazy.
Wow, guys. That's my best exit ever.
Well, guys, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week. We got Brian Ellington, our Chief Learning Officer with EXP. It's going to be an amazing call. Don't miss out. And I'll see you guys next Monday. Peace.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Later, guys. Bye.